Hey y'all, I just came back from the gym. Good morning, by the way. And I wanted to share something with you that I noticed. So I got to the gym at 5:37 or so. And the first thing that I usually do is cardio. So I got on the treadmill. I know, please don't inbox me or DM me telling me that cardio should be last. I don't like doing cardio, so I do it to get it over with. So there's that. Anywho, so I'm on the treadmill and I'm listening to my music and I'm working out and doing my thing. And I look up and I look at these television monitors that they have in the gym. And I notice that most of them are on news channels. So there was one story about some fires that were happening in DC, another one about a fire that was happening in the Midwest, something about somebody's missing mother. And I'm looking around and people are watching, what's happening on the TV. And I thought to myself that it's early in the morning and this is the time after a deep sleep where we are most susceptible to messaging, and subliminal messages, direct messages, open messages. This is the time while we're sleeping, when we just get up or we're just about to go to bed. Science shows that these are peak times for us to have our consciousness influenced by outside forces. And I thought to myself, I listen to my music. And by the 5:30, I've already been up, journaling and doing stuff. So I'm already into my morning. But I thought to myself how different my day would be if I started my day watching the news, particularly the news that's out now. And how grateful I am that that's not how I start my day, because what I've noticed for myself is that ever since I've discovered or started a real consistent pattern of journaling and meditation, etc., first thing in the morning, my inner world has changed. I have a more inner peace than I've ever had. I'm a lot calmer than I've ever been, and I'm better able to deal with crises that happen outside of me than I used to be before I started these practices. Now, I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong. I still might pop off every once in a while, but not like I used to, right? And so I know that that's because of my morning routine. I don't know why it works. I just know how it works. And so I just know that it works, excuse me. I don't know how. I don't know why. I just know that it does work. And so my morning routine of stillness and meditation has really changed the way I walk in space, the way I walk in the world. And I thought to myself that there are people in the world who wake up to watch the news. No judgment, but at the same time, I know that if we are susceptible to the messaging that we get first thing in the morning, that we should be paying attention to our consumption, what we consume in the morning, not just what we eat. And we talk a lot about that in the health and wellness space, right? Food, etc., but also how you program your mind and what people are programming into your mind. And I think it's really important to have that balance. Actually, not a balance. I like an imbalance. The imbalance being in my favor, whereby I spend more time in my inner world, meditating, thinking, contemplating, reading, journaling, than I do paying attention to what's happening outside of this world. Because when the inside is on point, when the inside, the mind, the spirit are connected and moving, and you're moving in a state of awareness and being present and conscious, it allows you to better navigate what's happening on the outside. But if you wake up and you allow yourself to be programmed by outside forces, the news, social media, other things, and I know I said social media, I'm here on social media with you. I'm appreciative of this platform. I also know that it has its place. I believe very strongly that when you allow the outside world to dictate who you should be and how you should think and how you should feel, you start off behind the 8 ball, right? So I think it's important for us bring awareness to how much time we spend focusing on the outside world versus how much time we spend on our inner world. And first thing in the morning, when you are getting up and when you are setting your intentions for the day and you are making your plans for the day, that's the most important part of your day. So I really want to encourage you to think about what is the first thing you see? What is the first thing you hear? What is the first thing you are reflecting on? Because that's going to help set you up for your day. If you want a day of prosperity and joy and love, I suggest you don't watch the news first thing in the morning. My suggestion. If you want to feel less anxious and you want to feel good about yourself and feel like you're ready to start the day, I suggest that you start with positive affirmations, positive radio, or things that will feed your mind in such a way to strengthen you and prepare you for what's waiting for you when you walk out of your house, or even maybe when you're in the house. Our inner world dictates how we move through our outer world. So let's pay more attention to that. Let's invest more time in that. Let's invest time in stillness, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes every morning to get your mind right so that when it's time for you to face the world, you are prepared. And you're not going to be susceptible to outside messaging. You set the tone of your day. You set the pace of your day. You set the vibe and the energy for your day. And then you watch how the world responds to you instead of you constantly responding to the world. All right, that's it. Hope you all have a good day. Bye.